So anyway, let's dive into the Oilers and Kings as this was. I did not expect this, and that's in a good way. I did not expect such a dominating performance, but the Oilers were running the Kings right out of the building. They were giving Drew Doughty, especially Evander Kane, one hell of a time. And I think Evander Kane played a huge factor in why that game was the way it was. There's a lot of negative stuff going on with Evander Kane right now, but I think he's just trying to get fired up and ready to go for the playoffs personally. I'm hoping there isn't any negative stuff. I think he wants to win. I think the whole team wants to win. And go forward from there, but we'll see. Anyway, let's get into this LA Kings game. As again, it was a doozy, like a 4-1 win. Like this wasn't this. It was a good game, but realistically, it wasn't really close for the LA Kings. The Oilers were just huge on this, as they absolutely dominated them in the hitting department. We're going to get into that. A lot of the areas that I've been pointing out as statistical flaws in previous episodes really came to light and shined. There was still a couple that they failed on. So, obviously, we'll get into the scoring summary right now. As the very first goal in the first period at 5:37 was Connor McDavid, his 27th of the year. Of course, it was Connor McDavid. He got assists from Matthias Ekholm, his 29th, and Evan Bouchard, 1-0 Edmonton. We go now to the second period. So there was only one goal in there. It was a very hard hitting first period, I found, and Evander Kane was flying around like a madman. So that was awesome. Second period, 1944, Adam Henrique. I think this is his third as an Oiler, his 21st of the season. He got assisted by Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid, 2-0 Edmonton. We go to the third period now, and this is when a few more goals end up coming in, as Evan Bouchard would make it 3-0 on the power play. This would be his 16th from Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. And then LA would finally tally one here, breaking Stuart Skinner's shutout attempt at 13:47 of the third, where it would be Arthur Kaliev. I can't really, it's really tidy there, but I'm probably pronouncing it horribly. I apologize. And Quinton Byfield, 34, 3-1 Edmonton. Then it would be Cody Ceci closing it out with an empty netter at 1919 from Leon Draisaitl. There's your final. Edmonton Oilers defeat the LA Kings in what I thought was a very, very strong effort by the Edmonton Oilers. So yeah. When it comes to shots on goal, this was the LA Kings actually edging us out by 12 shots, which kind of surprised me. So I'm going to give them the fail on that one. When it came to hits on opponent, this one is massive that they're going to get a different sound on my board here. 52 to 34. 52 to 34 for hits. The Oilers were absolutely running them out all over the place. I commend them for their effort. That's amazing what they were able to pull off. Huge. And that's one stat that they needed to work on, and they definitely did a hell of a job. They were really up for the game. You could tell they were really up for the game. And rightfully so. They met the last 2 years in the playoffs, and they could meet again this year. Face-off win percentage goes to the LA Kings, as they took it 57.4%. The power play, the Oilers were 1 for 2, so that's all right for them. Okay, penalty kill, 2 for 2, 100%, which is awesome by my standards. Well, always I'll give me awesome by anyone's standards. Let's move on to the block shots. Kings outblocked us by such a minimal margin. I'm not really too worried about it. The Oilers were hanging in there, and the Oilers were actually doing some reasonable amount of blocking. So good for the Oilers. Oops. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, that's good. Sorry, I'm fumbling up today, guys. Okay, let's move on to the next one here. Takeaways 10-7 for the Oilers. Let's go to giveaways 13-9. So the Oilers gave the puck away a little bit more than the LA Kings by about 4 shots. Yeah, a little bit of a fail there. When it comes to the Stars, and I believe that's where we're at right now, comes to the 3 stars. Before I dive into this, I do want to commend the team on a good effort. It was hard for me to actually pick these stars and actually single out guys because Darnell Nurse with 8 hits, I would have liked to throw him in there. Nuge with 5 hits, McDavid with the hits. McDavid is a star, but I mean, the whole team played exceptional hockey. And we're going to go into my first star, or my third star, I should say, which is Evander Kane. He didn't really tally up any points, but I tell you what, he set the tempo and he set it early with a monstrous hit, and huge for him with 6 hits altogether. But he was running Drew Doughty. He was doing some massive hits. So I'll give him the first star on that one. And we move on to the second star. Connor McDavid, 1 goal, 1 assist, 5 hits. He was, again, being Connor, that's the one thing with Connor. He does this every night. He brings it every night. So way to go, Connor. And then our final star here is none other than Stewie Skinner. Stopping 32 of 33 for a massive .970 save percentage. Beautiful work on his part. More than thrilled with what he's been bringing out to the table. So that means up next is the Anaheim Ducks. This is going to be the first meeting for Adam Henrique and Karich as they take on their former mates for the first time. So it should be an interesting one. The Oilers should win this one. But, they may not be up for it like they were up. I think the games that they get really up for are the games like the LA Kings and the Colorado Avalanche and all of that. I think those are the games that they really set their stride to be really good. But they definitely were up for last night's game, and I commend them on that effort. Hey guys, it's Gene here. If you like the content you just witnessed on this channel, be sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I may be an old timer, but I've been through the trenches of the Edmonton Oilers since their inception back in 1979. I witnessed the glory years, went through the decade of darkness, and now the McDavid era. And if you're just an NHL fan, join Sammy and myself every second week on NHL Aftermath. Chime in, we'll answer your questions.